I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful February 28th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm certainly having a great day myself. And it is that time for the first look at the 2024 Super Tuesday. And yeah, we're going to go over every Super Tuesday state on the presidential side. We will go over some primaries in, say, North Carolina, some in Alabama. We're saving Texas for a later date, etc. We got a lot of breaking news on the stream like usual, so there's a lot to get to. So before I continue with today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell. Follow the social media accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support's greatly appreciated. And of course, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or you just want to support the channel even further, the best way to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way to support the channel, and usually the streams also. And yeah. Alright, DJ Aftershock for 2. E.T. California straight up deleted his account, lol. Alright, what should we get into first? The New York stuff or the Mitch McConnell stuff? Because before we get even into Super Tuesday, we had a lot of breaking news today. You know what? Just for the memes, it's official! The turtle is gone! McConnell will step down as the Senate Republican leader in November after a record run in the job. It is official. He is finally gone. W's in the chat, the turtle emoji, whatever you want to post. He is finally gone. Listen, Mitch McConnell was actually a decent Senate majority leader from 2017 to 2019. It wasn't like Paul Ryan where he tried to screw Trump at every corner. Yes, he wasn't perfect, but at least he did his job between those years. After that, he was a disaster. But he is finally gone. He really, I would say, he stayed too long. If he would have retired after 2019, I think he would have been seen as a unpopular but effective leader. Now it's like, dude, he did nothing for the past, what, 3 years? 4 years? Yeah, that's not what we wanted. We wanted something more. So Mitch McConnell did step down, or he is going to step down, I believe it says, yeah, November. Now, this pretty much means he's not running for re-election. When you're saying stuff like, I'm not going to be the Senate leader in 2 years, he's not running. Now, he could pull a Nancy Pelosi and run again, but I highly doubt that. This isn't the Senate where you can go for 2 years and call it. You're talking about 6 years. I mean, will he even last that long? Highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Now, the question is, who will replace him? Apparently, the main ones up for grabs is Tom Cotton, surprisingly. I didn't think that was a possibility, but Tom Cotton, John Thune, I believe John Barroso. Is he running for re-election? That's the key. Those are the three that are the favorites right now. I personally want John Barroso. Tom Cotton I don't trust. Plus, I don't think he has the experience to be a Senate leader. Again, he has good domestic policy, but he sucks when it comes to everything else, especially foreign policy. As for John Barroso, I mean, he's not like S-tier senator, but he's a good enough senator, but also he's been in leadership for long enough to understand how it works. It's not gonna be like you put in some random backbencher that has no clue what they're doing. You put in someone with some kind of experience. I think I would go with John Barroso. Tom Cotton, I don't know. I really don't trust Tom Cotton that much. I mean, again, domestically, he's actually pretty good. Foreign policy, he's probably the worst U.S. senator outside of, like, Mitt Romney. That's how bad he is. Also, there were some names about, like, Marco Rubio, which, you know, Rubio probably would be the best option policy-wise. I mean, that's crazy to say, but Rubio has become a damn good senator of Florida. Will he be the next leader? Doubt that. Doubt that, doubt that, doubt that. Josh Hawley would be good. Problem is he doesn't have the experience to do it, in my opinion. I mean, if he was at least like, what John Barroso is or something, like some kind of in leadership, not like the leader, but like the third in command or something. If it was like that, sure, but you can't just throw someone in, especially when Trump is probably going to win next year. You need someone that understands how to get stuff passed. Sam Madsen for 2. How about that Hochulmander? We'll get to that in a second. There's a lot of people taking some L's right now on Twitter, but overall, I do think we're going to get an upgrade. I just think Mitch McConnell, he stayed too long. If he would have retired in 2020, I think he would have been seen as a good enough leader, especially for his time. He was a good enough leader from 2016 to 2020. But yeah, he's finally gone. It's too late, but still, I'm glad we don't have to deal with McConnell for God knows how much longer he's going to stay in. And some people brought this up, and I do wonder, is he stepping down because he knows Trump's going to win? I mean, it's possible. There's some people saying that he probably thinks Trump's going to win. It's like, okay, he doesn't want me to be here. I would lose my job. Might as well step down right now. I don't know how true that is, but I do wonder. Do wonder. Mike Johnson didn't have a high position prior to becoming speaker either, but he has been a solid speaker. Yeah, but people make it sound like he didn't do anything for his time in Congress. That's bullshit. He was actually trying to pass legislation. He understood some of that. He wasn't in leadership, but he at least was a legislator. It's not like you put Marjorie Taylor Greene in there or something. He knows he's too old. Well, he should have just retired. I know Kentucky is a Democrat governor, but you should have just dropped out in 2020. Let's see. Man Milk for 2. Can we talk about the partisan gap in party discipline? This is something I do want to maybe even make a video on, maybe even a separate stream, but do you notice how, actually a really good point by Man Milk. Do you notice how every time there's like some 98-year-old Democrat senator, like a Feinstein, she can barely move, she can't speak, she doesn't know where she is, she will sit there in the U.S. Senate till her dying days, just so they get extra vote. But Republicans, they would resign 1 year after because, I don't know, some dumb reason. Because I got a job at frickin' Harvard or something. I mean, what is that logic? One party would, you serve until you die, essentially. The other one, even if you have a 1-seat majority, they would drop down like, I gotta go get a job at Harvard or something. It's mind-bogglingly stupid that this philosophy of the Republican Party, we're just gonna drop out, when we have a 1-seat majority. Remember, this is the same party that removed George Santos when they had like a 10-seat majority at most. Utter stupidity on their part. But it's Republican Party. They don't understand, hey, we should be playing to win, not, respectability bullcrap. Yeah, Democrats don't want to be the minority. It's not like the Republicans where they hate being the majority. Because if they're in the majority, they have to do something. In the minority, they could be... Listen, I actually got to say this about Republicans. They are arguably the most effective minority party ever. But when they get to the majority, they're worthless. Utterly worthless. They talk a big game when they're in the minority, but they could have a supermajority in both chambers, a 9-0 Supreme Court, the presidency, and they wouldn't pass the damn thing because electability. Guitar player 1990 for 2. Hawley for Senate GOP leader. Again, I like Hawley, but I just think he doesn't have the experience. Again, I'm not saying you have to be a Mitch McConnell type and be there for 70 years, but you need some kind of leadership position, preferably. Or be like Mike Johnson, who is a legislator. So the Democrat going to replace McConnell? So no, this is for the leadership. Democrats have majority leader Chuck Schumer. This is just who's on the Republican side, and essentially whoever wins the elections next year, they get the majority. It doesn't really matter who, so whoever's the next Republican leader more than likely will be the majority. There are actually a lot of options in the Senate I would like as Senate leader, but they aren't throwing their hats in the ring. I think Marco Rubio is. I think he posted something about it. If we get Rubio out of it, I'll take it. Rand Paul, no way he has the support. No way. I mean, I'm fine with Paul. I think he's a bit too libertarian on some parts, but he would be fine. That's about it. Rap. Senators with leadership experience are established rhinos. Well, not necessarily. John Barroso is a good enough senator in Wyoming. I mean, he's not an S-tier guy, but he's solid. I mean, just because you have experience doesn't mean you're an establishment hack. It usually does, but not all the time. It's just like Mitch McConnell types, yeah, but John Barroso types or Chuck Grassley types, not really. Yeah, so I think John Barroso should be our option. I think he's our best one. Realistic ones, not freaking, J.D. Vance. That's not going to happen. Just get John Barroso and call it a day. I think that he's a good enough option. He's conservative enough, but he's someone that understands the process. So, yeah. All right, so McConnell is out, supposedly. Again, the turtle never goes away fully, but sounds like he's probably gone. He may not be in the Senate much longer, but we just got to see. Now, speaking of redistricting, there is a pack watch alert, everyone. New York lawmakers approve a new congressional map giving Democrats a slight boost. Emphasis on the slight boost part. They get a boost in one actual seat that's held by a Republican. That's competitive. One. Brandon Williams. And he was probably going to lose either way. Outside of that, the map is the exact same thing. A slight boost. Yeah. In quotation. I wouldn't even call it a slight boost. It's basically the same thing. All you did was just make Brandon Williams DOA. Outside of that, Michael Lawler has the same district. Mark Molinaro actually a more Republican seat. Hell, they made the two Long Island Republican seats more Republican. A slight boost, everyone. John for 2, Nikki Haley for president. Oh, good Lord. But yeah, this was approved by New York Democrats. I actually can pull up the map. You want to see this slight boost that these clowns got? Because on paper, it seems like, oh, well, that means it gained 2 seats. Let's look at the current map, or the new one. Because it's going to stay in effect. Republicans aren't suing it. This is the map, everyone. Right here. All right, and remember. All right, just, here you go. This is the map. Virtually the same exact one. The only significant change is Brandon Williams. That's it. That is the only significant... Hold up. Yeah, this is the only significant change. All right? That's it. Outside of Brandon Williams' seat, nothing changed. Hell, we actually gained a boost in Long Island. Not in Swazi's seat. And Mark Molinaro gained. So this is what they sued. The maps, like $20 million they spent on this lawsuit. And hold on. Ben Cynics for 5. Rap. Trump has been disqualified from Illinois' primary ballot per Reuters. What? Hold up. No. Is that real? Excuse me? Hold up. There's no way that's real. Did we just get breaking news already? Not seeing anything. Surely this is fake news. I'm sure of it. Oh, we got yep, it's real. Let me pull this up on stream. Cook County judge. Okay, what the hell is this? What the? Okay, I gotta cut this off. Hold up. But yeah. A Cook County judge rules Trump is disqualified for the ballot. Or he's not qualified. Are you freaking kidding me? Yep, it's official. Oh, CNN article? Hold on. This just like broke 5 seconds ago. I'm trying to find everyone. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't find an article on this. Yeah, so it's real. They disqualified him? Fine, there's CNN. Okay, sure, yay. Yep, it's real. Really? Illinois judge removes Trump from ballot because of insurrectionist ban. Really? They're gonna... Listen. They are running on Orange Man being an insurrectionist. What does it say? In a surprising move, an Illinois judge has removed former President Trump from the state's ballot because of 14th Amendment's so-called insurrectionist ban. The decision is paused, giving Trump a short time to appeal. Really? Cook County Circuit Judge Tracy Porter stripped Trump from the Illinois ballot 1 month after the anti-Trump challenge was dismissed by the Illinois State Board of Elections. In a unanimous and bipartisan vote, the election board tossed the anti-Trump case because it said it didn't have the jurisdiction to review the matter. So, the election board said, no, there's nothing here. He's on the ballot. But this clown judge says, no, actually, Trump is an insurrectionist. I mean, first was Colorado, then it's Maine, now it's Illinois. This is insane. Can you imagine for a second if Republicans, they should do the same thing. Say, kick Biden off the ballot in Texas or Georgia. Say, he's causing an invasion of the southern border. Utter insanity. You can't just say, oh, insurrection. That's not what the 14th Amendment actually said. Go read it. I have said this. I've actually read it on stream 15 times now. It's the same thing. It says congressmen, senators, etc. But it says electors of president, not the president of the United States. It specifically says electors. So what does this tell you? These judges are complete and total hacks. They don't care. It's just like Orange Man bad. I'm sure this is a good idea to, kick people off the ballot because insurrection. SCOTUS better get involved in this because this is getting absurd. Again, I don't think this really changes much in Illinois. But by the sounds of it, they know this is going to get thrown out. But I don't get it. But hopefully the Colorado case just ends this crap. It has to. Again, I don't even like Biden. If this happened to Biden, I would be against it. You should not be allowed to be kicked off the ballot because insurrection. There's an argument, but I think that's just stupid. Again, on paper it seems like a good idea, but what constitutes an insurrection? And plus, it doesn't say in the Constitution that you're disqualified for that reason. It is clear. It is clear as day that there's no requirement to ban insurrectionists. The fact they're doing this in Illinois, though? Why? What's the point? I mean, Maine was kind of competitive, but Illinois? Colorado? Safe Democrat seats? Now, the good news is this will 100% get appealed. I guarantee it. This will get appealed, and the Supreme Court probably throws this out before this even goes anywhere. Lower court federal judge will stop this, not concerned. Yeah, it always happens. Other courts will say this is stupid. Hell, even the Colorado court, they were like, it was like 3 Democrats were opposed to it. They were like, yeah, you know, this is a stupid idea. This would end in a disaster. It would backfire. Rap streams is where I get my breaking news now. Yeah, it's always my streams. It's always breaking news with Trump kicked off the ballot, you know, whatever. It's always my streams. No, it's never anything else. Yeah. Hey, Rap, did you see McConnell? Yeah, we talked about that. Hillary sent his supporters to overthrow the government. That's not what happened. First of all, that's not what he said. He said march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol. He didn't say storm it. He said protest. He didn't say storm the Capitol. That is ridiculous. I mean, this idea that he's told the supporters to storm the Capitol, he didn't. So you're telling me, when those environmental nut jobs were harassing congressional officials, was that insurrection? When they were banging on the doors of the Supreme Court, was that insurrection? Was it insurrection when they went to the justices' houses and harassed them to make them change their opinions? If that's not insurrection, especially what Trump did, supposedly did. My question is, how does a county judge make a statewide decision? It's a circuit judge, apparently. It's of course from Cook County. Of course, I guarantee it's like downtown Chicago, where it's 99% Dem. Can we find the person who has the breaking news release button who watches stream for the right time to push it? Yeah, I know someone's doing it. Every time I stream, it's always breaking news, orange man thrown off the ballot. All that. All of you said Trump would win all 50 state primaries. This position will not come true. Well, this decision is to get overturned immediately. There's no way in hell. The Supreme Court, they're not going to allow this. They may be slow to it, but if it comes down to it, Trump will be on the ballot. Because most honest judges, even Democrats, realize this ain't a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Because what's stopping them from doing the same thing in Georgia with Trump? Or I should say Biden. In Arizona. In North Carolina. Trump never said break windows and threaten members of Congress. Yeah, he said patriotically and peacefully protest and march to the Capitol. That's just a protest. There's nothing illegal about it. All right. So I guess the Dems who stormed Tennessee Capitol committed insurrection too. Oh, they're not going to mention that. When 3 legislators got expelled because of it. No one's going to mention that. All right. So overall, the New York maps. I mean, let me pull this up. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. So we actually get a boost to Long Island, not Swazi seat, but the 2 Republican seats. The Staten Island seat changes not at all. Mark Molinaro actually goes slightly more Republican. That means he's going to win. He's going to hold on. Michael Lawler stays the same, while Brandon Williams the only one that got screwed. And he was going to lose either way. Hey, I'll take it. I think that this map is the best case scenario. I mean, these people on Twitter, the meltdown was glorious. Who is that guy on Twitter that was promising a Hochelander? Someone in the chat brought up, he deleted his account. He got so embarrassed, he said, Democrats are going to get a Hochelander, I guarantee it. You're coping for saying otherwise. When anyone with a brain would realize, no. They might draw out someone like Brandon Williams, but they're not going to do much more. So, yeah. I think overall, these maps are actually best case scenario for Republicans. I think Lawler holds on. Molinaro should hold on. Rip Hochelander nerds. Yeah, they promised a Hochelander. They promised 28 Democrat seats. Yeah, election Twitter Californian. Yeah, he deleted his account. That's what he freaking gets. Thank you for bringing that up. That is absolutely hilarious. The guy's such a prick. It's like, oh, there's a Hochelander guarantee. That's why you don't hype up things like this. Now you know how it feels to be a Republican with redistricting. Like Missouri and Tennessee, or not Tennessee, Indiana. All right. Should we talk about Super Tuesday now? Yeah. Let's get to Super Tuesday talk because it is gonna be a very fascinating Super Tuesday. Now, there are some states here that they're not part of Super Tuesday, but they're either this weekend or in Michigan cases, they're gonna get the rest of the results on Saturday. So let's just fill this out real quick. Trump, it's a convention. He's more than likely going to win the rest of the delegates of Michigan. Could he lose some? Maybe. So then we got two states, or I should say one state and DC that don't have, actually forgot to give Trump those delegates, but yeah. So, you have DC and I believe it's North Dakota. I could be wrong, but I believe it is North Dakota. Let's bring this up here, right here. Yeah, so North Dakota has a caucus on the 4th. Yeah, so some of these states will be on the 4th and stuff. So let us start with North Dakota and just get rid of the non-Super Tuesday states right away because I don't think it's really worth talking about them that much because, yeah. North Dakota. If a candidate garners 60% or more of the vote, that candidate receives all 29 delegates. Let me just look at something real quick. North Dakota, no polling. But alright. Let's just say Trump gets the exact same percent of the vote in North Dakota as in Michigan, which, that's going to happen. Michigan's going to be, North Dakota's far more conservative, far more Republican, more Trump-friendly. In that scenario, without doing anything, he gets, well, every single delegate, without doing a damn thing about it. Then DC. Now, this might be the one that Trump loses. Essentially, whoever gets the most votes, they're going to win all the delegates. Because it's whoever receives 50% of the vote, that candidate receives all 19 delegates. But, I don't know about this one. DC might be the only one he loses. Again, I'm going over the non-Super Tuesday states right away. What do you guys think about this one? DC's the one that's tricky for me. On one hand, Trump is destroying Haley, but on the other hand, this is District of Columbia we're talking about. It's not a Republican city. Yeah, it has 19 delegates. No reason for it. Is DC open or closed? Honestly, I don't think it really matters at this point. Is it a closed primary? I'm going to actually look this up, I think. It is a closed primary, so that should give Trump some kind of a boost. It is a closed primary. It's a party-run primary. If that's the case, I'm actually curious, what percent did Trump get in 2016 in the primary? I'm actually kind of curious here. Let's see. District of Columbia. Did he get like 5% and that's it? Washington, D.C., where are you at? I gotta find it. D.C. Republican primary. I mean, Trump did get a solid 13% of the Republican convention. That's a very impressive number he got there. A solid 13%. That's pretty good. 37% Rubio, 35% Kasich. He did get 13%. So, I mean, could he win DC? I don't know. The thing that helps him is it's a close primary. He got 3 points in the general. Yeah, the general, we all know Trump got like 2% in. But the primary, he did get a solid 13%. That's respectable. So, I don't know about this one. I think just because it's a close primary, if it's ran by the party. Yeah, it looks like it's ran by the party. A candidate for delegate or alternate delegate. Oh, that's just I don't know about this one. He got 5. So the whole thing is, does he get above 50? It's be close, but I think he barely gets it. just for the simple fact that it's Republicans only. In DC, that's still like basically Democrats, but I think he could crack. You know, it is DC though. That's a tricky one. I'm just gonna say barely gets it. Like he gets all the delegates just by the skin of his teeth, just barely. Just make DC Maryland. I agree with that. It's part of run because DC primaries for June 4th, violating Republican rules. What? Okay. So it is Republican ran, that means it's be kind of Republican. How is Republican Party in DC MAGA or not? Who cares what DC Republicans think? There's a couple of them, but I would assume they're just existing. Alright. I think Trump does get the District of Columbia. And there's one more pre-Super Tuesday state. I think it's Missouri. Let's see. I'm actually gonna check right here. Where are you at? Where? Okay. So yeah, it is Missouri, then Idaho. Yeah, that's the other two. Missouri is winner take most. Should a candidate receive a majority of the vote, more than 50% of the delegates are bound to that candidate. Let's check on some polling from Missouri, shall we? Let's see here. Oh! Trump plus 74. 86%. You guys think Missouri's gonna go Republican? Even if he underperforms polling again, slightly, he still would get every single delegate in Missouri. Yeah, then Idaho, I think it's the same thing. Idaho. Yeah, it's 50%. Now, Idaho does have a more Mormon base, so that could potentially hinder Trump a little bit. But it's Idaho. It's going to be Republican, or more Trump, I should say. Missouri won't assign until, I think, May. Well, they have a primary or caucus a couple days. Rap, what do you think of the idea Trump floated to repeal the D.C. Home Rule Act and ban permanent residency in D.C., turn it into a showcase capital? I mean, in theory, that would be a good idea where you can't just live there. The whole point in D.C. just be the government, but I don't know. Missouri also allocates delegates based on congressional district. Do they? I didn't read that. Okay, either way, we're just going to say gets it. I'm not doing this game of, Haley gets one. It's a super Trump state. He might do slightly worse in, like, the St. Louis area, but that's about it. In Kansas City. That's about it, though. Alright, so this is the actual Super Tuesday. The stuff people actually give a crap about. So, should we start, where should we start here? These are the Super Tuesday states that people are actually here for. California, Texas, North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. My stepdad, who's kind of a boomer, told me he's voting for Jerry Carl instead of Barry Moore for our district primary on March 5th. What can I do? Just tell him Jerry Carl sucks. Best way to put it. The Republicans of D.C. There's a couple. There's like 5 brave souls just holding the ground, holding the line. May 4th, according to the New York Times. Why does it say... It says Missouri caucus right here. I'm getting 2 separate dates. Haley might get Missouri second in single digits then. He might. Yeah, like 3 guys in a basement. Yeah, they're holding the line. I think it's, it says it's March 2nd? I don't know. There's like 3 different sources saying that. Did you hear about Maureen Williamson? Apparently she, didn't she, like, relaunch her campaign after getting 3% of the vote? Yeah, because she actually did a little bit better than expected. She got 3%, while Dean Phillips only got 2.7. And funny enough, uncommitted got 2 delegates. Those brave souls. Ralph will... Oh, hold on. Rap, who should I vote for in North Carolina's 2nd district? I honestly don't know. These different caucus/primary dates are in so many states are confused. The RNC is a mess. Yeah, I'm just saying they should just do a basic thing where you know, it's set in stone a year prior, not 5 seconds beforehand. At this point, even MSNBC liberals are admitting January 6th trial won't happen this year because of SCOTUS. Well, the calendar doesn't add up for that to happen. Even beforehand, people were kind of like, probably doesn't happen. Breaking Christina Caramo announced creation of the real... Wait, what? That's fake. No way that's real. That's fake. Will you do a video with the House race in Texas, California, North Carolina, Alabama, etc. about race to watch and who you will endorse? So, my plan was tomorrow we're going to have a Texas stream. Talk about the Texas races in detail. And I believe it was going to be either Friday or Saturday. Or, yeah, Friday. We're probably going to have the House stream. About Californian stuff. Hey, Rap, Haley had a rally walking distance from my home and I took overtime at work to avoid it. That's smart. That is smart to avoid the Haley primary. Just work longer. That's actually a really good idea. You don't want to deal with those people. Just avoid them at all cost. That's smart. Really smart. Naked Second made a video about the North Carolina seats he endorses. Maybe he did that second. We just gotta see. Alright. So, yeah, so I just want to talk about Super Tuesday. It's a tricky one. So this is not a final prediction, but just kind of the first look at some of these states. Those uncommitted delegates will vote for Biden. I think some of them will just not. There's 2 of them. One of them, I think, just hold the line. Because they're planning a protest at Chicago. So, Trump would lose Texas to Biden. Oh, really? Really? Okay, hold on. Let me just bring this up. Let's see here. Yeah. Recent poll from YouGov. Biden versus Haley. Biden +9. Trump versus Biden. Trump +7. What a very strong candidate. A week prior from Redfield and Wilton Strategies. Biden +2 for Haley. Trump +7 against Biden. Trump +9. Trump +4. Haley +4. Trump +13. Trump is doing better polling-wise than Haley in Texas. How can you look at this and say, yes, this is certainly great results for Nikki Haley. Great job. And speaking of Nikki Haley, what's her favorability at with Republicans? It just keeps getting worse. Yeah, this is a real good sign. 38% of Republicans have an unfavorable view of Haley. 38! When there's still a lot of people not decided. Only 43% are favorable. Let's look at Trump. Donald Trump? 16.9. But he's the unelectable candidate. He has his best favorability numbers, or actually, yeah, roughly what it was back in 2022 and 2021. So much for this theory that secretly Haley's the electable candidate. Her party hates her. She has many polls saying there are more Republicans that despise her than like her. This graph alone should tell you everything about Nikki Haley. Remember, she actually had decent numbers back in 2022 when no one knew who she was. But you notice, the more her name recognition has gone up, her favorability has not only gone down, her unfavorability has skyrocketed, especially after Iowa. Let's look at how about Ron DeSantis? I'm actually curious about that one. Oh yeah, very similar thing. Hope 100% of the rhinos that tried expelling PACs against primaried. So the problem with, I don't think all of them go. I do think most of them should. Just gotta see. I think most of them should. The problem is there's some of them that are getting ungodly amounts of money in their primaries. So, just gotta see. I think Trump wins Texas by 7.5. I could see that. I think with Trump, it really comes down to what happens in probably Houston. Wait, what day did the skyrocketing start specifically? I think it was January 16th, I think. right after Super Tuesday or Iowa. All right, so like quick reminder: if you guys do enjoy these streams, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts, join the channel. Of course, super chat's the best way to support the content. Just gotta have that quick reminder every 45 minutes or so. All right. So, Super Tuesday is here. Even before Super Tuesday, Trump is more than likely going to have 300 delegates versus Haley. The magic number is 1215. So, I don't think Trump can clinch the nomination on Super Tuesday, but he could be very well damn close. Other than Houston, I have yet to see a Biden sign here. Well, I don't know. I'm not leaving yet. I just have to do a quick reminder. We're going to keep streaming. We're not going anywhere. Gotta chill. Had DeSantis run a competent campaign, he'd be splitting the vote with Trump, meaning we could be facing the possibility of nominee Haley. I do think some of our voters they were just simps. So. Alright. Should we start with California? And kind of give like the current state of affairs in each state. Hawaii primary puts him over the top, more than likely. So let us start with California, okay? Let me pull this up. So remember, this was a big stink a couple of months ago. Essentially, it's winner take most. That means if a presidential candidate receives a majority of the vote, that candidate shall be awarded all of California's delegates. Yep. If Trump wins by just a single vote, and he's above 50%, he gets every single delegate in California. Every single one. All right, and just to show some people how it's going for Nikki Haley in the state, let's look at California, shall we? Okay, let's see here. Hold on, I gotta reload this. Okay, Republican primary to California. There we go. Currently, Trump's at 73% in the state. 73%. Do you guys think that Haley has any shot of, even if she does 10 points better and Trump does 20 points worse, he still would win? Again, it's not a final prediction. It's just kind of a current state of affairs right now. He would win every single delegate in the California primary. Every single one. Just in one state. Alaska. I think Alaska is I think it's a convention. Let's see. Yeah, it's a convention. All 29 delegates, RNC, are bound to presidential contenders based on results of the voting in the district's conventions. A presidential candidate must receive a 13% of the total statewide vote. So, this one's proportional. If she gets 13% of the vote, there's no polling, she gets some delegates. Now, not a final prediction, but it probably ends up, let's just say something like that. She gets like 7 delegates. It's Alaska, so probably a bit higher. But alright, just keep going. Utah's the other state that might give Trump some problems. Now, this was actually, I believe, DeSantis' best polling state early on. Yeah, DeSantis plus 11, Trump plus 1, Trump plus 5. But ever since then, Trump has been starting to unite the party behind him. Latest poll has him up by 27. And I believe, let's see Utah for a second. If a candidate receives a majority of the vote, that candidate is allocated all 40 national convention delegates. Yeah, so Utah's the one where it's going to be very close, like DC. But just based on the convention rules, he gets every delegate. Every single one. What do you think Trump is winning California? Oh, yeah, because of this. Yeah, Trump is doing, Haley's doing so good there. She's at 20%. He's at 73. That's a good sign for Nikki Haley. Trump's at 73. Even if he does 20 points worse in the polling, he still would win California by around 10 points, which would be enough to win every single delegate. This copium that secretly Nikki Haley is popular. Yeah, real popular. Just look at this. Real popular with Republicans. Yeah. Net favorability of +5. These are some really good numbers for her. Really good. Alright, that's all. Makes sense to me. I mean, how can you look at this and just deny that, yeah, maybe Trump's gonna probably win the California primary in every single delegate? Let's see. Same here. Some here are either stupid or on purpose really stupid. Well, some of them are just trolling, but I think some of these people in chat that are saying, oh, Haley's so popular, they might just be a dumbass. I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, Colorado. Remember when Trump was supposed to be off the ballot here? Good Lord. We haven't had any Colorado polling, so we can't really look at that. But I think it's winner take most again. Let's see. Each presidential candidate receiving 20% or more of the statewide vote should be allocated delegates accordingly based on the percentage, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Trump, something like this. It's Colorado. Same deal. Never made this a two-person race between Trump and nobody. Oh, Texas. How is she doing in this great state of Texas, everyone? I wonder. Oh, that's Trump versus Weld. Oh, yeah. 82% for Trump. She is at 13%. Even in the most favorable polls for her a month ago, she was at 11%. Trump is winning 82% of the vote here. And I think Texas is the winner-take-most state, too. Okay, yeah, so it's one of these states where, yeah, if you win a majority of the vote, you get every single delegate statewide. Same thing for congressional districts. Yeah, so Trump automatically starts off with 47. The rest are allocated by district, which, yeah. These congressional district rules, I think it's, yeah, same thing. You get 50%, you receive all the delegates. Even if Haley wins, like, 6 districts or so, 2 districts, be nice to her. Trump would still win everything else. After Super Tuesday, it'll look like Trump versus Weld. Yeah. Let's just keep going. North Carolina is a pretty big delegate state. We just keep going. Let's see. If one candidate receives more than 2/3 of the vote, or only one candidate receives 20% or more of the vote in the congressional district, that candidate receives all 3. Let's see. So, same thing. It's just weird stuff. Trump probably gets... It's North Carolina. You just keep going. I'm not going to keep going for this, but this is the problem with Haley's campaign. The Super Tuesday strat is stupid. Without filling in the rest of these, mind you, Trump is already at 779 delegates. Haley, she's at 59 or 56. This is the problem with Nikki Haley's campaign. Her strategy was do good enough in these states to win delegates. Problem is, a lot of them are winner take most, and Trump is killing her in these seats. She's up by, or down by upwards of like 70 points. But that's somehow a great sign for Donald Trump or Nikki Haley. But yeah, overall, this is kind of the state of affairs Super Tuesday as of now. You know, this campaign is nothing but a sabotage campaign. That's all Nikki Haley's group is now. Orange Man bad. We have to stop Orange Man. Nikki wins Guam. Remember the Virgin Islands strat? That she was supposed to win the Virgin Islands? Yeah, she got crushed by 30. Great news for Masters. You could just keep going on, but it's like, this is the problem with Haley's strat. Let's just ignore North Carolina. Let's just close these out, all right? Without even considering the rest of the states, just Texas and California, none of the other Super Tuesday states, she would be at 30 delegates. Trump would be at 625. At this point in time, she would have to sweep every single Super Tuesday contest and win Virginia and North Carolina by a lot. You're talking about she probably has to win every district. Because if Trump wins any more districts at this point or any more delegates, good luck. You have no pathway. Garrett Vanderkar for 5. Hey, Rap, did you see LTE's predictions? Trump will go, Texas will go lean, Republican by lean. Ohio's a tilt, and Utah's likely. Nikki Haley's actually secretly really popular. What? That's a prediction? Ohio's tilt Republican? For who? Nikki Haley? I could see that. Would Super Tuesday give Trump enough delegates to have the majority of them? No. Nope. I mean, if that's a Haley prediction, that seems about right. For Ohio to be like tilt R. But if it's not, I don't know. But Super Tuesday, there's no pathway for Trump to get delegates. Enough of them. He needs 12, 15. He gets them by Hawaii, I think. I think that's like the magical date they could clinch it by. I think. LT says Trump could win and even give his predictions at one point with Trump winning. Yeah, but that's not part of his grift. His grift is Democrats always win. Yeah, I mean, you have an opinion, but it's just like with me, I try to, everyone has their own biases. When they say they're impartial or unbiased, that's bullshit. They're so full of it. I have my biases, but I try to have an open mind about certain races. That's why, especially after 2022, I'm a bit more hesitant about the predictions because, I don't want my bias to really screw with things. Rap, my stepdad still thinks Jerry Carl is good. I'm starting to think it's a lost cause. Just tell him the Ukraine stuff. Ukraine, tell him the ASU score, all of it. I mean, just ask him why is he supporting him. So, apparently, by the way, this Illinois ruling, there's already been a lot of early votes so far. There's been about 100,000 people voted early in Illinois. That includes, let's just say 25,000 Republicans. So, at least 25,000 Republicans have voted Illinois, right? Just an example. 100,000 in total if you combine the Democrats. So, it's probably like 25, 30,000. That's 30,000 people that their votes don't matter now. Because as Judge said, Orange Man's off the ballot. Does no one see a problem with that? What's going to happen in, say, October? And what's a state with a really crappy, what's a battleground state with some garbage mail-in laws? It's like Nevada or something. Nevada or Arizona. If Trump's or any independents kicked off the ballot, their vote doesn't matter. Their vote just thrown out. But they voted for him. Does no one see a problem with this? To do this right after early voting started? Why do you think the Illinois board made it clear, no, we're not? This is insane. Rap and LT have been really poor recently. Your streams and videos are a lot more interesting, Rap. Well, I try to keep it like, more positive, I guess. More like upbeat, entertaining, I guess. But, yeah, I still like Red Eagle. He's a great guy. His content's amazing. You think the State of the Union speech will be canceled this year? No. Hey, Rap, did you see Dash Nebraska call uncommitted voters terrorists? What? Hold up. I gotta see if this is real. I thought that guy, retired or something. Can't find it. 30,000 votes invalid. That is criminal. That's basically what she's saying. The 30,000 votes, oh, they're gone. They're thrown out. No, because Trump's off the ballot. Orange man bad. That is insane. That State of the Union is a complete disaster. I mean, yeah. I mean, I want to be serious for a second about the whole Biden stuff. Biden is getting to a point now where he is way worse than he was just a couple years ago. The guy can barely speak at this point. I mean, he has a teleprompter up there and he still can't say anything. He just goes on about God knows what. And he doesn't know where he is half the time. And now you're doing a speech in front of how many people? Tens of millions? I have a feeling this could end in a disaster for Biden. I don't know. Trump was removed from Illinois primary. Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about how potentially 30,000 Republicans had their votes just thrown out because of it. But my question is this. What about every ballot that's printed? Those ballots have been printed for a month now. They gotta reprint them? Gotta burn them? That's a problem with pulling crap like this. Especially right after the ballot access stuff was dealt with. This should have been dealt with 3 years ago. If they really gave a damn about it, they would have done 3 years ago. They would have. If they had serious concerns, they would have brought this up back then. Not frickin' a year before the election. That's absurd. That's insane. If Republicans did that, they would be thrown in jail. They would be disbarred. See, Haley would lose Illinois to write-ins of or none of these candidates. Yeah, real. Haley would, hold on. Aren't they charging Trump with attempting to violate people's right to vote? Yeah, they said that Trump is a threat to democracy and he is disfranchising many voters. Yeah, that makes sense when you're pulling that crap. Hey, Rap, I watched 4 right-wing YouTubers, you, Red Eagle, Yankee / Elect Right, and Liberal Hive Mind. Huh. It's a good group, good group, good group. Wasn't there an immediate state? I believe so. But still, it's like, they're testing the waters to see what they can do. What they can do to Trump. Supposedly legally. I don't know. Still scary. It's very scary that this is happening. Someone tried to claim Biden is more mentally fit than Trump. How do I even respond to that? Best way to put it, they admitted Biden is so incompetent. He can't even be charged. That's what they said. They said if they put him in front of a jury, they couldn't convict him. Because guess what? The jury would feel bad for him. While Trump, they could do 15 lawsuits at once, and they don't care. They'll do this in September during the general. Yeah. That's where the Supreme Court should step in right now and say, no. You cannot do this, especially in an election year. No. If they remove Trump, let's remove Biden. Or a better idea, let the people decide in every state. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like, Trump committed treason and sold secrets to Russia or something. That's not what happened here. This was supposed insurrection for a constitutional amendment that doesn't even apply to the president. What am I supposed to say to that? Could Trump win over those Muslim voters in Michigan if he promotes peace? I don't know. Trump has to be careful, I think. Because, again, he's been very smart about the issue, but he can't go full-blown ceasefire. But I do think, there are a lot of Republicans and conservatives that agree. They can support Israel, but they might be fine with, hey, we should not be sending weapons of war to Israel. We should be sending humanitarian aid. We should be trying to stop the killing. Prevent civilians from dying on both sides. I think there is some common ground to be found there, but not going to happen. None of these candidates are fine. On behalf of the state of Texas, please God don't let Cornyn be Senate Majority Leader. I don't think he will. I'm assuming it's going to be like Barroso or John Thune. Which, Thune kind of sucks, but Cornyn's a whole another level of bad. Calls for peace a lot, yeah. He just has to be careful not go gun-ho on it, because it might end badly. Rap, we have to do whatever we can to make sure Democrats don't get rewarded for acting like this, and make sure Democrats don't get destructive candidates like Biden. Yeah, I mean, the best way is to win. Win elections and, unite as a party. Best way to do it right now. And support Trump. If Trump actually incited insurrection, then I would understand disqualifying from the ballot, but he didn't. Yeah, I mean, well, on top of that, I would say that's not a good precedent because that opens a lot of questions about, hey, what's considered insurrection? You know, that's a big question. He should talk about how he always pulled his weight to force peace in the region and how Biden won't pull his weight to get similar results. Yeah, that's a perfect response. Just say, look, I stopped the killing of civilians. I stopped a lot of the chaos in the Middle East. I'm the one that has peace. I support peace. Just go say that. Don't go, hey, ceasefire, because that could probably, some people take that the wrong way. But I would say just go out there and say, hey, I'm going to be the one that promotes peace. I'm going to stop the killing of civilians. I'm afraid the Democrats to do something openly unconstitutional to prevent Trump from being elected, like martial law / suspension of the elections. Do you also share this concern? They may try. I mean, if it gets so bad, like the polling is like, okay, we're down by 15 points, they may try that, but you could say what you want with the current government we have. I just don't see it happening. I mean, we have problems with the government, but it's set up in a way where stuff like that can't happen. Now, they've been corrupting the system for years. That could potentially stop that, but who knows? Make Democrats run candidates like RFK Jr. and Dean Phillips, who are unifiers, even though I disagree with them. Well, I disagree with both of them, but at least they're not saying, you know, Trump supporters are fascist. Like, they attack Trump, but Dean Phillips openly said that Trump supporters are not bad people. In fact, a lot of them are just blue-collar guys. They're just, you know, they just support Trump. They feel like they're getting screwed. Get a crowd mad isn't a crime. Libs just get mad at everything. Yeah. Well, they're scared of Trump. Like, serious question. If it was such a threat to democracy, why didn't they do this back in 2021 or 2022? Why did they wait till 2023 and 2024? That's just a good question. You know, they could have done this right after. But you waited 3-4 years? Hey, Rap, hold on. Biden's decline also comes with the fact that he's most likely highly drugged up, and this is most likely going to his high point compared to when the October surprise comes knocking. Yeah, so there will be an October surprise. I think that my best guess is he goes on national television to say something real bad. Like, even Democrats can't defend it. That's what I think's going to happen. He's going to say something like the N-word on national TV. You know? I hate to think like that, but I think that's what's going to happen. He's such a bad mental state right now that he probably would do something like that. Be done for 2. Fun fact, Strom Thurmond was born in Edgefield. Of course he was. But yeah. What do you guys think the October surprise will be? I think it's Biden making F up. That's my opinion. It's Edgefield. Oh, good lord. It's always the weird counties in the South. Edgefield. Then you got Beans, New Hampshire. It's like, really? Who names these places? Right. The only thing about living in the South I don't like is that people always vote for generic or bad conservatives like Jerry Carl. What can be done to change that? Better optics, I guess. If Biden has already said the N-word. Yeah, but that was I hate when Democrats or Republicans bring that up because that was at a congressional hearing and that he was reading off a quote. I'm just talking about if he like slips up and says that to like a black guy or something. That's what I'm talking about. He's gonna do something like that, where just even the crowd like boos him. I think RFK Jr. on the debate stage will be the October surprise. I don't think they're gonna allow him on the stage. They're gonna change the rules again. If Biden is this bad mentally, imagine him on the campaign trail talking for hours every rally for months. Yeah. I mean, they've been doing a decent enough job of best they can at least to hold them back and not let them do anything stupid. But the once a month event outside the Capitol in like Maryland, you notice it's always, his events are not in like Ohio, Wisconsin. It's usually like Maryland, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. It's like right around DC. It's never really across the country. It's always like he goes outside the region, but it's usually only those parts of this country, that part of the country. It's never Minnesota. It's never Maine. Every time he goes out, he makes a fool of himself. I don't know. I hope this doesn't happen when Biden dies. I don't think, I mean, that's just tough to say. I don't want him to die either. Again, I don't like Biden, but you don't want the guy to die either. There's no point for that. Biden called Trumpers the R word. Yeah, probably something like that. It would be something where he just, like, degrades half the population. Like, to a point of, hey, what the fuck? He probably won't be able to travel to Arizona. Yeah, I don't think he'd withstand the heat. He would just, like, get heat stroke or something. Biden says something really dumb on a regular basis. We don't have to wait for an October surprise. No, it just... Someone brought up that if he does so many rallies, or instead of once per 2 months, he does instead once a week, he does a rally, he's going to make an F up eventually, like a bad one. That even the crowd, like, starts booing him. Just got to see. I don't know. It's just very scary that we're even considering this, that he's that bad. And he's the president of the United States. That, not a good sign. Not a good sign. Every time Biden goes off script, he swears and uses slurs. Yeah. That's why I'm saying he's going to say something really bad. October surprise equals Biden croaks. I don't know. It just, they have him on so much medication. And they're making him, like, not leave the White House. I don't know. Chief constituent for 2. Traditional question. Gay son or thought daughter. What? Hold up. That's a weird question. I'm not going to answer that because that just... Again, thanks for the super chat, but that's definitely a question I'm not going to... Kind of a out there question. That's just a stupid hypothetical. I'm sorry, but that just... Not called for. Not called for. We've been calling his mental state out for years before he ran, and no one on the left listened until now. Well, it's getting to a point where it's been so consistently bad, it's clearly getting worse. I don't know. Hey, Rap, that would be his basket deplorables moment. It would be something of him saying the N-word or something. Or, yeah. October surprise would probably be Biden claiming Palestinians have no right to live. Yeah, it's gonna be something where he says something like a certain group or something. It just piss everyone off. I don't know. This is just a tricky one. Does anyone have any, like, good ideas for what the October surprise could be outside of, like, Biden? Because I'm curious. RFK, I guess, is one. That just seems kind of like, you know, generic, because he might get on anyways. Yeah. If Maine flips in the general, that ends up making differences in a very close vote scenario. With results of close swing states drag on for 2 to 3 days, will be the greatest way for 2024 to end. Yeah. If Maine's the reason Trump wins, oh my god. When he was trying to be kicked off the ballot, that would be sweet justice. Biden will forget he's a Democrat, supports Republicans. We're expecting a super majority in October. It's either, like, someone did bring up a recession. In October breaking, China invades Taiwan. That's a good one. It's either he says something so stupid that even Democrats are like, okay, this guy has to go. Or it would be something foreign policy related. Chief constituent for 2. Biden's October surprises him shitting himself. Again, it's either Biden makes such a big F up that Democrats just give up on him, or it's like China invades Taiwan. That's what I'm thinking right now. Biden must be so excited when he wakes up and someone tells me the president. Yeah, they're like, oh, Sir, you're still the president. Oh, god darn it. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm too old for this. I'm surprised Democrats didn't have a safe backup plan. Well, because the problem with the Democrat Party is their focus on, you know, hey, we need the diverse candidate instead of the good one. They care about identity politics. Well, you do that, doesn't go well. October surprise could be the Dow Jones Industrial falling off the Empire State Building. Is economy, foreign policy, or Biden? It's just Biden. Because I don't think Trump's really gonna... They've used everything on Trump so far. I mean, there's nothing they've saved on him yet. This is, hey, everyone knows Trump. No matter what you use, he's not going to change much. Barron Trump is a... Mr. Trump, please stick to the teleprompter. Biden's handlers, October 2024. Oh, yeah. It would be... If he goes after Trump's son, that... Ooh. The debate stage would be interesting. He probably punches him. I don't know. There's a lot of potential ones. It's not like, you know, past years where you have no clue or, like, okay, it just comes out of left field. You kind of have an idea of it's going to be one of those three. Hey, Rap, did you see that Marianne Williamson unsuspended her campaign? Why did she do that? I know she did. She took second, but who freaking cares? Ukraine might lose the war. How would that reflect him electorally? That would kill him politically. If Russia wins. Even if they get a peace deal that gives Russia some territory, that's just a disaster for him. Because he banked his entire foreign policy on that. Idea Trump brings Biden's 7th grandchild to the debate stage. Ooh. That's actually a good one. I remember Trump pulled some crap like that in 2016 with Bill Clinton. That was so good. He should do that, though. Bring the 7th grandchild and then other stuff like that. That could work. Bailey Spangler for 5. October surprisingly Biden accidentally admitting stuff about 2020 or January 6. I don't think, like, that would... I don't know about that, but I could see that. I guess, like, where he says, oh, yeah, back in 2020, we had the greatest you-know-what operation. Which he did say technically, but still. November, Mitch McConnell steps down as a Speaker of the House. No, it's Senate Majority Leader. Or Minority Leader, excuse me. October surprise the recession is sending troops somewhere to fight because somewhere tensions get escalated to distract from the recession. I don't know. That's actually a good one. It just screams to me either Biden, like, fucks up so badly, he says something really bad, and Democrats bail on him, or a war starts somewhere. Or foreign policy disaster, I should say. Old Democrats care about is identity. Politics is making history with diversity. Well, they just think, oh, we just focus on diversity, we win. Doesn't work like that. October surprise ideas. 1, he says a slur stump that ticks off his base. The economy crashes. Russia wins the war, or Taiwan is invaded by China. Yep, I think it's one of those 4. All right, if anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, begin sending them now. We have last calls for super chats and stuff. Good stream, everyone. This was definitely a good one. But again, last calls. We'll go for a couple more minutes. Rand Paul should be minority leader. Again, I just think he's too libertarian. I don't think he'll be a good leader. I don't think he does enough. October surprise, Trump wins Pennsylvania safe margin. If 04 happened. You're talking about Ronald Reagan 1984. Well, Reagan 84 in the modern context. I know of a dozen or so people in my area who are in the military and are getting calls to go to Africa, but can't specifically say where. Have you heard of any issues over there? Hasn't there been a bunch of coups happening in Africa? That's what I last heard. There's been like a bunch of coups and stuff. It's Africa, so there's gonna be a bunch of governments getting toppled every 5 seconds. I understand the Democrats want someone they could control and someone of color, but they could have went with someone young at least. Well, they're dumb. They care so much about identity politics, they don't freaking care. They just care about, oh, does she check off enough check marks? If she does, good. Not, go away. Although I'm very convinced that the Democrats will gatekeep the economy until the elections. I mean, I could see that. I mean, this economy sucks, and they're trying to say it's great. Alright, if you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media. Oh, actually, super chat. Chief constituent for 2. By October, surprise him licking a woman on TV. Ugh. Okay, that might be a bit too far. Oh, rap, that's kind of racist. How? It's just factual. Every 5 seconds, Africa has a country collapse. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying it's a fact. There's been like 15 countries collapse over there. They have civil wars all the time. Not racist. It's just a fact. It has nothing to do with race. It's like South America. They have every 5 seconds, there's another country that gets thrown out. Obama surprised Minnesota leans red. I don't know. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see me from.